श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। गोविंद 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 गिरिधारी गोविंद 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 गिरिधारी गोविंद गोविंद गिरिधारी गोविंद गिरिधारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी गोविंद गिरिधारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन वृंदावन विहारी श्याम मदन मोहन वृंदावन विहारी वृंदावन विहारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी वृंदावन विहारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी वृंदावन विहारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी वृंदावन विहारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी गोविंद 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 गिरिधारी गोविंद 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 गिरिधारी गोविंद गिरिधारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी गोविंद गिरिधारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन वृंदावन विहारी श्याम सुंदर मदन मोहन वृंदावन विहारी गोविंद 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 गिरिधारी गोविंद 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 गिरिधारी गोविंद गिरिधारी गोविंद गिरिधारी गोविंद गिरिधारी गोविंद गिरिधारी। बोलिए श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। We'll chant the 7th verse of the 2nd chapter of the Gita. कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्। Tvam prapannam. Next verse also. Nahi prapashyami mamapanudyat. Yachhokamuchoshanamindriyanam. Avapya bhumavasapatnamriddham. Rajyam suranamapi chadhipatyam. So in the seventh verse, we saw Arjuna's surrender. He acknowledges the fact first that he is not able to understand. Then he says, I am not able to think at all. My misplaced pity is getting the better of me. I am not able to think straight and I am clouded with respect to the right thinking and right conduct. Dharma sammuda chetaha. I am not able to understand what is dharma. And although dharma directly generally means duty, but duty also is because of one's identity. So I am clouded about my own identity. Who am I? So I am not able to think all these things. I am not able to come to any conclusion. I am not able to take a decision. So therefore, I request you, yat shreyasyat, whatever is the best, whatever is good, general good. General good means good for everyone, everything, me also. That kind of supremely good thing, whatever is there, that nishchitam bruhi, you please ascertain that and you tell me. Means, don't ask me to think. Don't tell me, if you do this, this will happen. If you do this, this will happen. Now you choose. No, I can't choose. I am not in a position to choose. So already all that I could present as arguments, everything is exhausted. I am myself also I am exhausted now. Now you only decide what is the best and you tell me. Yat shreyasyat nishchitam bruhi tanme. Nishchitam bruhi, you only ascertain and decide. Or yat me shreyasyat, what is the supreme good for me? That you decide and tell me. Or what is conclusively good for me? Nishchitam shreyah yat syat. Whatever is definitely good for me, that you tell me. Means you just tell me, you command. I am not in a position to think. You take a decision for me. So when we are also confused, often we want somebody else to take our decision. We say, I am not able to understand. You tell me what to do. So that's a good thing. Okay, we trust someone. We feel that that person is a well-wisher. That person is capable of guiding me. And then we say, okay, you only tell me what to do. But when we say also, sometimes we say, I hope he says what I like. So I have not given up my likes and dislikes. I have not given up my preferences. I am not giving up my comfort zone. But I am saying, you tell me. And if that person says what I like, and after that I follow that, because I will do whatever I like only ultimately, that decision is already taken. So if I do what I like, but after somebody has told me I do that, then I have someone to blame. I know this person told me. Otherwise, I was open. I asked what to do. So this kind of mindset also we have. Here Arjuna says that you tell me. Why? Because I am your student. Please accept me as your shishya. The word shishya means the one who can be ruled over, who can be commanded, the one who is ready to follow whatever is said. Obedience is accepted, that is Shishya. As Puja Gurudev says, one who submits to discipline is a disciple. So whatever discipline is given by the teacher, it is acceptable to me. I submit, I surrender to it. I will do what you say. That is called Shishya. So he is saying, please accept me as your Shishya. Means just command. Shadhimam, please teach me, instruct me. Tvam prapannam. And what kind of disciple? Tvam prapannam. I surrender to you completely. So when we say surrender, when we say submitting to discipline, means what? I don't have any agenda of my own. So that is how, that is the spirit with which we go to a teacher. That I have nothing of my own. I have not planned anything. I have not decided anything. I have not thought anything. I am here available. You tell me what to do, I'll do. That readiness. So I am your Shishya. Please accept me as a Shishya and please teach me. Please instruct me. I surrender to you. There is no will of mine. It is all yours. You decide and you tell me whatever. Now, having said that, this we had already seen. Now, in the next verse, Arjuna very interestingly says, in this verse, we can understand it in two ways. He says, Nahi prapashyami mama apanudyad yachokam uchoshanam indriyanam. This shoka, this sorrow that is there, that has come to me, which is actually troubling, even burning my senses and everything. That kind of sorrow, I am not seeing any way of getting rid of it or it going away from me. I am not seeing any other way. Even if I get the kingdom of the heavens, what to talk of this world, even if I get the kingdom of the heavens, this sorrow will not go from me. It will not leave me. I don't see any other way of being rid of this sorrow. So here, in two ways, this shloka can be understood. What is it? One way is that Arjuna is saying, if you do not instruct me, if you do not take me under your wings, if you do not accept me as your disciple and teach me, then I don't see any way of this sorrow disappearing in my life. Even if I win this war and get the kingdom, what to talk of this earth, even of the heavens, if I get the kingdom, it is not going to take away this sorrow unless you instruct me. This is the only way of getting this, only way of being free of this sorrow. So this is one way of looking at this, which is a very sincere, beautiful way of submitting and saying that I want you to teach me, there's nothing else. But if we read the next verse, there is another meaning also of this which we can find in the same words. Arjuna is also seeming to say that you are saying that I should fight. If I fight, I will get the kingdom of Hastinapur on this earth. So what to talk of this earth? Even if you say I should fight and get the heaven also, win the heaven also, this sorrow is not going to leave me. Means I am not going to fight. So both these meanings are there. One meaning is he is completely surrendering and saying I don't see any other way of freeing myself from this sorrow. So which is a very beautiful thing. He is prioritizing Bhagwan's Upadesh. He says, you teach me, you instruct me, that is the only way of me being free from sorrow. There is no other way. That is one way looking at it, which is a very beautiful way. But another way of looking at it is, you are asking me to fight. Fighting will lead to me winning this kingdom. And what to talk of this kingdom? Even if I win the heavens, that is also not going to take away this sorrow. Therefore, I will not fight. Means you teach me, you instruct me, you explain to me, but presently I am not going to fight. So that is what he is saying in the next verse. So what is he saying? We'll read the next verse also, then we'll think about the whole thing. So now Arjuna has said what he has to say, and now Krishna Bhagavan has not yet started speaking. So when both of them are silent, Sanjaya speaks and he is saying, Sanjaya Uvacha Eva Muktva Hrishikesham Gudakeshah Parantapa Nayotsya iti Govindam Uktva tushnim babhuvaha. Sanjaya Uvacha. Sanjaya spoke. Eva Muktva. Having said thus, to whom? Hrishikesham. Who is Hrishikesha? Shri Krishna, who is the master of the senses, the lord of the senses, or the one with curly hair. That Hrishikesha, having spoken thus to Hrishikesha, who spoke? Gudakesha. Gudakesha, the one who has tied his hair, or the one who is the lord of the nights, means the one who could fight in the night also, who did not need any sleep. That kind of great Arjuna, Gudakesha, Parantapa. Now in this Parantapa word, there are two readings. One reading is Parantapa and the other reading is Parantapaha. Both are there and both are correct. If we say Parantapaha, if we add that Visarga, then it is an adjective for Arjuna. It is referring to Arjuna. And already this Parantapa word has been used for Arjuna by Shri Krishna himself, that the scorcher of the enemies. So, that scorcher of enemies, the lord of the night, the one who has tied his hair, that Gudakesha, having spoken thus to Hrishikesha, the lord of the senses, the one with curly hair, Shri Krishna, that is a meaning. Or, if that Visarga is not there, Parantapa, if it is there, then Parantapa means that the Sanjay is addressing Dhritarashtra as Parantapa, saying, you are the one who give sorrow to, who persecute. Param. Param means one is enemy. Whoever you consider your enemy, whoever you consider are not yours. Which means pricking him and saying that now Arjuna is feeling so much of pain. You know why? What did you say first verse? Mamakaha Pandavaha. Means Pandava were not yours, para. They are not yours. So therefore, you are only troubling these people. You are the cause of their sorrow. He will not say it directly, but he is amazing. Great diplomatic communication. It is said a diplomat, if he says yes, we should understand that he means perhaps. And if he says perhaps, we should understand he means no. And if he says no, then he is not a diplomat. So he'll never say something on the face. So here he is saying that hey Parantapa. So he is addressing Dhritarashtra as Parantapa. Or Parantapaha means that is an appellation for Arjuna. So having spoken thus, Arjuna having spoken thus to Sri Krishna, what did he do next? Very beautiful. Na yotsye iti Govindam uktva. Govinda, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, his one more name is Govinda. Govinda, there are other many meanings. One is the one who looked after cows, Govinda. Or the one who is known through the Veda is also called Govinda. And the one who is the master of this whole universe, earth, or the senses also. Go means also senses. So, master of the senses. So, Hrishikesha, Govinda, both words also have the same meaning. So, Govindam Uktva. So, having said all this which was said till the last verse, he said one more thing also, which is mentioned in this verse. What is it? Na yotsye. Na yotsye means I shall not fight. Iti Uktva. Having said thus to Govinda, Shri Krishna. These were the last words. He said all these things. Nahi prapashyami mamapanudyat yachokamuchoshanam indriyanam avapya bhuma sapatnam riddham rajyam suranam api jadipatyam. What to talk of, this thing, even the prosperity and power of the heavens, if I get, even then the sorrow will not go away. All this, after saying that, finally he has already concluded. Although he has said that please teach me, he is saying, na yotsye, last words, I shall not fight. Iti Govinda Muktva Tushneem Babhuvaha. He became completely silent. Tushni Bhava means utter silence. Now, utter silence, Puja Gurudev says, it is not just that the speech is silent. His mind and intellect is stunned. It is completely still and silent. And this condition sometimes looks very similar to the state of meditation, where your senses, of course, are not functioning, but even the mind and the intellect is still. And the Upanishad says, when everything, all the senses are in their own places, not running after the objects, and the mind, intellect, they are all still. Yada panchavatishtante jnanani manasa saha buddhischa na vicheshtate. That is the highest state. It looks like that. Tushni bhava. But actually here, it is exactly the opposite of that. He is drowned in sorrow. He is drowned in tamoguna. He is drowned in that inertia completely, which he himself acknowledged just 2 verses before. And he said, Karpanya doshopahata swabhavaha. My swabhava, my nature only has been changed because of this. Now I am in that state of stupor. I am not able to think. I am stunned. That is my condition. It is not that some elevated state. It is just that he is not able to think at all. In that Tushni Bhava, he is there. And he is physically awake. He is alert of the surrounding, but completely stunned. That condition he became. So after having said all these things, lastly what he said was, I shall not fight. Now with these 3 verses in mind, if we think about the whole state of mind of Arjuna, in the 7th and 8th verses, it appears that he has completely surrendered to Bhagavan and he's saying, I have no will of mine, whatever you say I shall do. It appears like Shishyasteham, Shadimam, Tvam Prapannam. These words are beautiful words where he is expressing his surrender. But here, although he says, you teach me, I surrendered unto you, but he is also given his decision that I shall not fight. Now this Na Yotse also is interpreted by great saints in different ways. One is, he says, I shall not fight means, until you educate me, I shall not fight. You tell me what is right. You tell me what is the best for me. Until you guide me, I shall not fight. I shall not pick up this book. So this spirit, if we understand, that's again a very beautiful thing. He says, na yotsi. Till when? Till you instruct me, you guide me. Till that time I shall not fight. Which means I am ready to fight after you guide me, if you explain to me. That's one thing. Second thing is, in that guidance also, it is not that you tell me I will do it. Nayotse also has that drift of, you convince me. No, this is also, these are all states of our mind. All these interpretations are not because one saint felt that this is a good meaning, and then another saint felt, oh, this meaning he has already said, I will bring out something new, so he will bring out some other interpretation. It is not like that. These interpretations are all our different states of mind at different times, in different conditions. We respond like this. So sometimes we say, until you instruct me, I shall not fight. Na yotsi. This is one. Second thing, you convince me. You have already asked me to fight. But just like that, you just say, you fight, you get up and fight. No, that won't do. You have to convince me. So sometimes we say that you convince me I should do this, then I will do it. You convince me the way I understand. And that is also not wrong. It's not that, it's not a rebellious nature or anything. Then, okay, I want to be convinced. You tell me. You help me get convinced. So, until you convince me, I will not fight. The third is, which again is our reflection of our state of mind only. We say, you instruct me. But as far as I am concerned, now, I have decided I am not going to fight. I am not going to fight, but you instruct. Means you say what you want to say. I am ready to listen. This also is surrender, but very partial. It is a verbal surrender. From action level, I have decided I am not going to fight, but I am ready to listen. So tell me, I am ready to listen to whatever you say, but I will not fight. So here the surrender is partial, it is incomplete. But at least this is better than saying that whatever you say, I am not going to fight. It's not that. You say, you instruct, I am ready to listen to you and I'll faithfully listen to you. But my decision is, I am not going to fight. So, which means you tell me the best thing for me where I don't have to fight. So, that also can be understood. So, these are different states of mind of Arjuna, that is of ours. In the same words, these are communicated. So when we understand these different states of mind, we can understand the previous verse also accordingly. And I say that I can't see anything good happening, this being free from this sorrow, until you instruct me. Therefore, I will not fight till you instruct me. Or I am not going to fight. You say that fighting will solve the problem. I am seeing what this kingdom, other kingdoms also I get. I am not going to get rid of this sorrow. So I have decided not to fight. So both these meanings can come in this when we take both these verses together. So Arjuna has surrendered and he has expressed his readiness to listen, that is for sure. But at the action level, he is not yet ready to do what he says, but he is ready to listen and understand what he says. And that is the first step for us also. We also have to have the readiness to first listen and understand. Sometimes we are not even open to listen, and even if we listen, we are not ready to understand. You say whatever, I will listen, but then I will not accept everything. I reject before you speak. No, that is not the attitude here. Here the attitude is, I am ready to listen and understand whatever you say. I am open for understanding. And because with that open mind, he understood, he listened, therefore, he actually started understanding and he started asking questions. Otherwise, if he had rejected everything before Krishna spoke, there would not have been even one single question that Arjuna would have asked. Because I have rejected the idea already. And sometimes we end up listening like that. You say whatever you want to say. I have decided to reject your thoughts. So then there is no communication happening. Nobody can help us in that state. You say whatever you want to do. I have decided that I am doomed. No, it's not so. You will say, no, it's not so because you want to make me happy. I know, but I am very bad. I am now completely destroyed. I have no good happening in my life. But why are you saying that? At least listen. I am listening to you, but I have already rejected whatever you have said. I have decided that what you say is wrong. So that state of mind is not going to help. At least I am ready to understand. I am ready to open my mind. Here, in this place, we understand the meaning of the word Arjuna. Arjuna means straightforward. Straightforward means as he thinks, so he speaks, as he speaks, so he does. So at this juncture, he feels that I am not ready to fight. Fighting is not going to be possible for me, but I can listen. He is stating that clearly, and he does it also later. Uh, Later on, then, of course, because he is listening, he is understanding, he gets transformed, and then he gets up. That's a different thing. That's after the 18th chapter, he does that. But in the beginning, he was convinced that he is not going to fight. He said that he is not going to fight. Sat down. But he was convinced that he should listen because he is not able to think. He said, I am not able to think, and he wants some guidance, and therefore he said that and he listened. See, he is quiet now. After he spoke, now he is quiet, and he is going to be quiet for a long time now. This is the thing. He did not say, but you say, no, before the person starts or completes a sentence also, but this is what we are very eager to express ourselves only, never ready to listen. Here he has said, Shad Imam, please tell me, and I surrender to you. So that readiness, and very straightforward. He is not thinking, if I say I am not ready to fight, what will he think? What will people think about me? He already, scolded me for crying. So now if I say no, I will not fight, what will he think? My impression in front of Krishna, it will all get spoiled. And people who will study Bhagavad Gita later on in 2023, sitting somewhere in Singapore, they will study, what will they think about me? They will think what kind of person he was. No such thoughts. Very truthful. So he was convinced. He said, I am ready to listen and understand. Yes. So you please teach me. Doesn't matter what you think of me. That is not important. What I am is more important. What people think of me, that is their mind. Doesn't matter. And he had Krishna, who was not a judgmental person, who was going to draw up opinions about him just because he said this. Oh, Arjun, what is this? I never expected this from you. He was not typical that kind of a parent. Because Krishna was a very nurturing parent. He was not a critical parent, saying that, Arjun, I never expected this from you. Poor child. But here, he knows that Bhagavan knows me inside out. Even what I don't understand about myself, he knows. So why should I think about it? I am straightforward. So this is Arjuna's beauty, that he is just whatever it is, he is expressing it openly, and he is doing just that. So no showing off something else, no discord. It's completely aligned personality. So therefore, if the right education is given to such a person, that person will speak right and do right. That is why Arjuna is chosen. Why was Arjuna the chosen one? And this Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji explains in the introduction of the Gita, before the first shloka also begins. He says, why was Arjuna chosen? We had seen that he was an influencer of those times. We had used that word in the beginning. That he was the influencer of those times, and because he was looked upon, by many people, for them he was the ideal. So if he followed the right path, he got the right knowledge, people will be able to follow him. But that influencer also has to be straightforward. That person should not be crooked. Otherwise, whatever education we give to that person, he will create a wrong influence only on the society. So that is why Arjuna, was the perfect leader and the most suited student for Gita, because he was not only looked upon by many people, and he was not only just the influencer of those times, he was also a very straightforward and honest person within himself. He was an aligned person within himself. Therefore, if the right education went to him, he will speak right and do right. And that is what people are going to see. People are not going to see what is there in the head. People are going to listen to what we are saying, and people are going to see what we are doing. It is not about what we have inside. Directly knowledge, nobody can see. What somebody understands, nobody can see. But the actions can be seen, the words can be heard. And that is what matters. And that is why Arjuna is the most fit student for Bhagavad Gita. He was a very influential person. At the same time, he was also honest and straightforward. So being an influencer, one need not be crooked. So there can be simplicity, and yes, yet one can be looked upon by people. So this beautiful quality. Now, after saying this, now Sanjaya continues and says in the 10th verse, Tamuvacha Hrishikesha Prahasanniva Bharata Senayorubhayor Madhye Vishidantamidam Vachaha. Tam Arjunam, to that Arjuna, Uvacha spoke Hrishikesha. So Hrishikesha spoke to Arjuna, that Arjuna. Now this previous verse also Hrishikesha name was given. Here also Hrishikesha name is given. So is there any reason? So as such we can say that Sanjay wanted to use that name. He used, Bhagavan has 1,000 names. Whatever name he uses, how does it matter? So it is not necessary to think about everything, but there are saints and all, they share some beautiful thoughts about it. So what is Hrishikesha? Why? That he said in the previous verse, Arjuna said that my senses are only burning, they are only troubling me, they are only persecuting me. So he is saying that the Lord of the senses only will be able to help Hrishikesha. And second thing, the Lord of senses only will be able to knock some sense into the head. So we also need Hrishikesha. Otherwise, we often get carried away by our senses, and that is what becomes the reason of our downfall. Therefore, here the Lord of the senses only is referred to as the one who is guiding. So that Lord of the senses, Hrishikesha, spoke to that Arjuna, Tam Uvacha. Bharata. Now, who is this? Bharata is again addressing Dhritarashtra. So, hey Bharata, because Dhritarashtra also is in the same lineage. Arjuna is also referred to as Bharata many times. Krishna will address him as Bharata, Bharatarshava, etc. And here Dhritarashtra is also addressed as Bharata because he is also in the Bharata Kula only. So he is saying, oh Bharata, you are also Bharata. Bha means light of knowledge. Rata means the one who revels in that light of knowledge. So you are the one who revels in the light of knowledge. You understand? At least your name says so. Now you better live like that. And the real knowledge is that which Sri Krishna is about to give to Arjuna. Hey Bharata, Tamuvacha Hrishikesha. Acha, how did Sri Krishna speak to Arjuna? This beautiful word. Prahasanniva. Hasan means smiling. Prahasan means beautifully smiling, nicely smiling, specially smiling. But Eva means as though smiling. So, as though beautifully smiling, Sri Krishna spoke to or addressed Arjuna. So, having been asked by Arjuna, or when Arjuna was silent, then Sri Krishna started speaking. And how did he speak? With a smile. And that too, that smile was not very obvious. Prahasan Iva means as though smiling. So what is this as though smiling? So many people uh, have thought about it. What is this as though smiling? So Gurudev also has explained many meanings he has given. So one meaning is Prahasanniva means when we listen to somebody's sorrows, huh, you don't smile at them. Somebody said, I am in so much of sorrow, I am in so much trouble. Acha. Oh, oh, nice to hear that. Oh, okay, very good. So you don't smile. So it is not an obvious smile. So that's why Prahasan Iva. But then, okay, then why a smile at all? Even if as though smile. So it is not an obvious smile, okay, understood. But why smile at all? It says, when we go to a doctor and the doctor says, what happened? So we give the set of symptoms, whatever we have observed. We say this happens. Then he asks a few questions, since when is this happening and how acute is this and what is that. And then after listening to whatever we say, if the doctor is still serious, huh, the patient gets scared. Why? The doctor says, I don't know what's wrong with you. Because such symptoms and all I've never heard. I've only heard such symptoms in buffaloes. You are the first human being on earth who has this problem. What is this? So if the doctor also is so serious, which means the doctor doesn't know what to do now. He has asked all his questions also, all the answers are given. Still, the doctor is still very serious, is not able to smile, which means he doesn't know what to do. He is as clueless as the patient is. So such a condition where the doctor also doesn't know what to do is called idiopathic condition. Clinically, it is called idiopathic condition. And somebody had explained what is idiopathic condition. So the first half is the doctor, the other half is the patient. Idiopathic. So that is the if he is so serious. But an expert doctor listens to the symptom. Oh, is that so? Okay. So he is not smiling at his pain, but there is that sparkle in the eye, and there is as though smiling, that is there, means the patient also feels assured. He knows, that assurance. So that is also required. Otherwise, and the teacher, who is the teacher? Here, Sri Krishna. Who is the teacher? Who is a guide? Here, Arjuna is not looking upon Sri Krishna as the Lord himself. He is just somebody a little older than me, my cousin, and he is grown up in the villages. So those who are grown up in the villages are supposed to be a little more intelligent and pragmatic than the city dwellers, because they don't have much exposure to many things. So he must be knowing more, and he has been, our helper, protector for so many years, even when we were in the forests and all. So, good friend of mine. So, with that thing, he used to respect Krishna, but not as the Lord. Not yet. That will come later, in the 12th, 11th chapter and all. So, here, he is asking Sri Krishna, and faithfully only he is asking Sri Krishna. But Krishna also has, he has to let Arjuna know, don't worry, I know what is to be done. I know the cure of your disease. Don't worry. So here the patient has spoken about his symptoms and he said, this is what, now you tell me what to do. So the doctor also is confident. He is not smiling away and he is not very serious also. He's at ease. Sometimes some doctors, they are at ease. That is also a cause of fear for patients. There was this patient, he was on the operation table, and the doctor came. Patient was like almost shivering, very scared. The doctor said, "Hey, what happened? What have I? Why are you so nervous? What happened?" Doctor, I'm feeling very nervous. This is my first surgery, I don't know how it will go. I hope it all goes on well. The doctor said, hey, what is their first surgery? So what? Don't feel nervous. Look at me. This is my first surgery also. So, so some doctors' smile also is dangerous. It is scary. But here, Sri Krishna smile is assuring. So it is not carelessness, but it is assurance to the patient. Struggling with this Arjuna disease. But Krishna says, I have the cure, don't worry. Assuring. Also, from the mystical standpoint, if we have to see, when we read the scriptures and all, especially the Itihasas, Puranas, etc., we find that Bhagavan's smile is his Maya, his Maya Shakti, his power. And that power can be used to delude someone and can be used to take away the delusion also. So, power possibility can be to use it to delude someone and take away that delusion and give the right vision also to someone. So here Bhagavan is saying Prahasan Iva means he is appreciating as though is Maya. See? Well done. Maya Shakti, well done. You have deluded this guy so much. So Prahasan Iva. And by smiling, he is as though withdrawing his Maya and ready to give out the knowledge. So Maya can be Avidya Maya, the Maya of ignorance, and Vidya Maya, the Maya of knowledge. The knowledge also is the same power. The power of ignorance, power of knowledge. Power of ignorance is wheeling, distracting. All this is power of ignorance. Power of knowledge is enlightenment. So here he is as though withdrawing that power of ignorance, delusion, and spreading the power of knowledge and understanding. So that is also a mystical reason why he is Prahasan Iva, has though a smile on his face, very confidently, with all love. When a child also comes to the parent and says, tomorrow exam, I have not studied properly, I am too nervous, what should I do? And the parent also starts getting worked up. What did you do? Why did you not do whole year? What were you doing? I was telling you, don't watch too much of TV. Don't go out with your friends. I told you earlier itself. Now the child says, I have come here to get some solace, something, and you are also getting worked up. I am sorry to disturb you now. I'll manage myself. So the parent has to smilingly, okay, don't worry. Now you have woken up. Okay, so you have so much time. Sit down, study, and I will help you. So that kind of assurance, that kind of love. So that smile also has that love. So it's not a very obvious smile, and he is not laughing at or smiling at somebody's problems, but he is assuring that we know the path. I am there with you. I love you so much. Don't worry. We'll get through this. And also spreading his Maya of knowledge. So, Prahasanniva Bharata Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Vishidantam Idam Vachaha. Tam Vishidantam. That Arjuna, who was drowned in sorrow, he spoke these words, Idam Vachaha. These words he spoke. Where? Senayor Ubhayor Madhye. It's a very beautiful expression. Although a simple translation is he spoke in the middle of the battlefield between the two armies. Okay. Because that's where they were standing. But the significant thought in this is that Arjuna is facing the problem, having trouble in between the two armies in the middle of the battlefield. And the solution that Krishna is giving is also in between the two armies in the middle of the battlefield. So where the problem is, that's where the solution has to be. We cannot, you have problem here, you come to Mathura, I will solve your problem. But my problem is here. Huh? So say, no, doctor, every night, I have very severe stomach ache. I don't know what to do. You do one thing. You get up in the morning. Morning there is stomach ache? No. Huh? Get up in the morning. No stomach ache. But my problem is at night. So you solve that problem which is at night. Yeah, but get up in the morning. That is the solution. What kind of solution is there? Anyway, I did not have problem in the morning. That is not, you are not giving me the solution. I'm already having that solution. Morning, I don't have pain. It is the night I am having pain. So I need a solution there where the problem is, not in some other place. And this is significant for us who look for solutions in various other places except where the problem is. I have a problem in a particular place. Let us say I have a problem in my workplace. I will find a solution at home. Or somewhere in another city I will go to and say, I need some problem, a solution. What is the solution? Now, what I am trying to do, we are aware also that I am only trying to distract my mind. I have a problem with my mind. Then I sit and watch TV. How is it going to solve the problem? While watching TV, see, there are so many people, especially mothers and all, they tell that my child doesn't have concentration, what to do. Pujo Guruji says, that's a wrong thing to say that he or she doesn't have concentration. They have very good concentration. You find out one advertisement they see once, the jingle, they know it by heart immediately. They can sing it with the tune correctly, just once. So, concentration. One movie song, immediately, perfectly they remember. So, concentration is there, only it is not there in studies, that's all. Otherwise, it is there. The power of concentration is there, but it is not there in study. Now, if I say, I am not able to concentrate in my study, what should I do? I say, watch TV for half an hour. Is that a solution? In fact, that is going to worsen the situation. I am already not able to concentrate, and you are giving me a solution which is watching TV, which is already the distraction for me. We do this. I am not able to sleep. So what to do? I watch YouTube videos. I am wide awake, or I have a cup of coffee. Why? I am not able to sleep at night. Very good. When you are wide awake, 2 hours extension I got of keeping awake. So where this problem is, I am looking for solution somewhere else. I am doing something else, and I say, by distracting my mind, my problem will be solved. It doesn't get solved. Senayor Ubayor Madhye, this problem happened. Senayor Ubayor Madhye, the knowledge also is given. So this knowledge, this is what makes Gita very special, because it is the same knowledge imparted in the Upanishad, but it is imparted in the battlefield. So the words and the presentation and the packaging will be according to the battlefield. The language will be according to the battlefield. That is why we are able to relate to it better. Upanishad, we feel, Upanishad students and all, they were so qualified and so great. We are not like that. So this is all okay. We are studying now. Maybe after 2-3 janmas only we will get all these things. That is what we push it away. Whereas Gita, it is right here. The place where the problem is, that's where the solution is. So, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye, same place where Arjuna is drowning in sorrow, that same place, Idam Vachaha Uvacha, he spoke. Sri Krishna spoke these words. Now, what did Sri Krishna speak? So, tomorrow we start this journey with Sri Krishna. What did he speak? ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ